How's it going, guys? I do apologize for missing last week. Believe it or not, with the Christmas season, we get a little bit busy here. But we are back at it. So I think only the second stream we've ever missed, so.
True.
We'll go. Do you mind turning
like
the camera
that.
slightly, Ben? Look like we have a guest here that we don't.
He's my friend. No, I like this space because that way I can lean over.
Yeah, exactly why. That's a little more. That's literally exactly why we're moving the camera, James.
I had a shot yet? Or am I good? Is this good? Can I stand like this for the rest of the cast?
But
damn it.
Welcome to the last stream of 2017, and don't worry, we will still be doing this into 2018.
Gucci gang.
But we thought we'd spend today's stream talking about what's coming up, and I don't mean regular announcements. It's not going to be 90 minutes of announcements. Talking about what we're doing for the next.
That's all we do.
For the year of 2018. God. Sorry, I'm going to be dying a little bit today. I just repped for the last 11 hours.
Yeah.
My throat's a little dry, as you might guess. But, so these guys will be doing a lot of the talking for me. I'm going to make them.
Good, because
But I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. I did. Hope you got plenty of Airsoft stuff. And if you did, you should come by this week and try it out. We have gaming noon to 7 tomorrow, noon to 9 Friday, 11 to 9 Saturday, 11 to 7 Sunday, and noon to 7 on Monday, January 1st.
So yeah, Monday's the thing.
And my schedule will be
New Year's Day.
Monday's that thing called the New Year.
Yeah. And my schedule will be totally messed up once again next week. I keep thinking today was Tuesday.
It's Wednesday.
My dudes.
Speaking of which, there is no Nerf night
Why don't
tonight.
we start with that?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Speaking of which, there is no Nerf night tonight, if you haven't already gathered, because we're doing Nerf 9 to noon tomorrow, Friday, and Monday.
Not Monday.
Don't think we're live on Facebook.
We're not doing it on Monday.
And I should probably go live on Facebook. That's an important thing to do. Whoops. Hey!
Finally, it just loaded.
Yeah, Hello, Facebook!
Hey,
I once again forgot to click a button. And we're back, and I already kind of did my intro, so yeah, sorry.
Go to YouTube, catch up for the last 3 minutes, and we're going to be good. What was that? That was you. Oh, my phone's trying to... Well, not my phone, my watch is trying to pick up my voice.
That was James' new Christmas present.
Yeah, James got a smartwatch, so he'll stop avoiding all of your messages, so just feel free to message him on Facebook now.
True. Facts.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to burn this. If I just get a plethora of messages.
That's why I got him to respond to me. I just sent a bunch that just say dad. Normally they just say dad. I'm like, Dad! Dad!
But, before we get on today's topic, is there any more announcements we want to make? Just to Facebook, Twitter again, we have gaming this weekend and on the 1st.
Yeah.
But, is there any more announcements we want to make before we get on to today's topic?
I can't think of anything. There's nothing like big. Maybe other than just like this Friday in the store, we're gonna be doing some sales because it's Friday. So Friday.
Word.
Sales.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Friday sales?
Yeah.
Why?
Because why not?
Because I said so. Because it's awesome.
So
what, your general manager?
So what, we're just discounting product just for the fun of it? Yes, I am the general manager. I'm gonna general manage you guys.
I felt like that was a good idea.
Free.
I'm not giving away stuff, but
Sales. There be sales.
I guess we're doing sales, so come on down.
But, alright, well, on to today's topic. So we have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up next year. And to kind of the layout of today's stream, we have a really important announcement we're going to be making in just a few minutes. And I know you guys have been asking for it for years. I've been asking for it for years. So,
and every other parent that's ever come in here more than once has also asked.
If that's not a hint enough. Did someone just message you on Facebook? That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Literally, okay, funny little thing. So you guys are just talking about how I'm so bad at responding to messages. I just got a message from my girlfriend that said, "Thank you for responding to all 3 of my messages. That was impressive." Seriously, she literally just said that.
Was it sarcastic or no?
No. Well, I mean, probably sarcasm.
That's the thing. I'll admit, and I admit I'm guilty of it too. It's usually a thing where girls, if they send a guy 3 questions, the dude will answer the last one.
Probably.
Okay, I gotta watch now. I can
Yeah,
read
right.
my messages.
Right.
All agree?
Who got you that watch? Just to.
This was Jessie. Yes, this is my girlfriend Jessie. She got me the watch.
That's probably why.
There's probably something she really wanted to get me, but she's like, no, I gotta get him this stupid ass thing because now we'll finally respond to my message.
But
now when I text him at work, he'll definitely message me back.
But getting back to the topic, God, like I said, first we're going to be making that.
What's good, Harrison?
What's up?
Are your PO9s back in stock so I can give you money?
We loved your Christmas card.
Please.
Yes, your Christmas card was the best.
That was hilarious.
For real, I went and got the mail one day and I pulled out the Christmas card. I'm like, Harrison, you're the fucking best.
That's hanging up.
Probably the funniest rep I've ever met.
Right?
Yeah.
You gotta come down to the August event. But speaking of which, that'll be another thing we're talking about is upcoming events, things we'll be planning on running. We'll probably save that for the end of the stream because we're actually making that like a straight up discussion. We all have kind of ideas for events we're going to run, so we're actually going to be discussing it on the stream. This isn't just like rehashed out.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be talking a little bit about events we hope to hit up this year outside of Extreme.
Yeah.
There's a couple of Sato events coming up, and I think there's a Lion Claws events coming up. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Also, Kate, thank you. It's awesome to hear that your son had a great birthday party.
Very glad to hear that.
Oh, that's
Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, seriously. Please we see you back here.
What's up, Mitchell? Hope you're enjoying the RP9.
Hello to all of you people. God, it seems what happens when we miss a week.
Yeah, right? Everyone's so happy to see us.
It's also
Why?
nice because it's vacation. Everybody's gone home from playing
I'm
Airsoft,
still
so now they're all
watching
bundled up, ready for some
You're
Airsoft.
I need to steal the water out of the pro shop.
Yeah, right?
Do it.
But let's make that announcement. So,
Yeah,
starting,
this is pretty big.
this is like really big.
Drum roll.
Yeah. Alright, but
Yeah.
Joy to the world.
Okay.
starting, can you tell we're all a little tired? Starting January
It's
1st,
good. Now I'm all loopy.
right? Starting hopefully January
Fuck
1st.
that.
Breaking my concentration here. Hopefully starting January 1st, we will be launching a membership program. I can't discuss the prices on the stream today, unfortunately, so don't ask. We will be announcing them very, very, very shortly, probably around January 1st. And just because we have to discuss them amongst managers and owners, so.
Yep. That'll be all.
But they're pretty well concrete, just like slight tweaks maybe coming. But we'll be offering
The overall construction and structure of that program.
So we'll be offering a EFT membership. That'll be the main one, and honestly the best deal probably. And that's going to be, it's all going to be done through PayPal. So you'll know your stuff's secure. We never even touch your credit card number. It's all done right through PayPal itself,
There you go.
which makes life really easy.
Yeah,
and so the EFT will be a subscription base where you sign up for it.
It's a recurring payment.
Yep, and it charges you once a month on the same day each month, and we'll just have that record in our store, and you'll pay, and like I said, is you'll have unlimited passes to the field. EFT will also come with a couple extra benefits. You can't quote me on this, but we're hoping to have it include special event memberships or admissions as well.
Yeah, so even though the special events are a bit more, we're gonna see if we can have that as an included package. Once again, anything that we're saying right now is still in the works. We can't guarantee this for when it goes live.
But this is the
these,
plan.
these are the kind of things that you can expect to see with the membership.
Exactly. So, well, like I said, that will probably be the only membership that does include events because it's going to be the best deal. That's really what we're pushing for.
Okay. And actually, well, I think you're going to move on to the paid.
I was going to say, I do want to mention for that there will be an activation fee. It again can't mention the price, but there'll be an activation fee, but that's only a one-time payment. It'll be the first time you come in, you pay the activation fee. But was there a question?
Yes. So now there's a question from my man Andrew W. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name because there's a lot of W's and Z's and Y's in there. But he said, okay, so it's not yearly then. Well, we have some good news for you. So, like we just mentioned, the reoccurring payment, I think that comes out to be the cheapest option.
It does. It is the best value.
Okay.
But we have other tiers as well. There's some people who like to just pay once and be done with it. And we'll have a 1 month, a 3 month, a 6 month, and a 1 year membership available as well. No lifetime membership. But those are obviously those have their own values. As
You always mess up my name anyways.
All right, that's funny. But those will have, obviously, a year membership will be a better value than 6 months, will be better value than 3, will be better value than 1, but probably automatic fund transfer will be the best value of that.
Yep.
And you can do that like with rental too, right?
And you can
Yes.
you can also gift memberships to other people
Yes.
as well.
Ooh.
Exactly. So, and each of the membership packages will be available with a rental option. If you're someone who you don't really want to buy your own gun, you kind of just want to keep renting, it's an option.
It's a
as
good way
well.
to keep it affordable if you're going to be playing and you don't really want to.
Right, you can upgrade and downgrade your rental package as well. We can downgrade it. Downgrade can really only be EFT, to be fair.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
Yeah, actually, real quick. Rainbow Dash Spitfire. Glad to hear that you're enjoying your Elite Force CQB. This is like, I think, the 3rd compliment on our staff service. So apparently we're killing it this Christmas season.
I'm glad to hear it. It's killing me.
I'm pretty sure it's killing all of us. We've got like 70-hour
I've been
weeks.
losing sleep at night.
But I'm okay with
Can't
this.
sleep.
I really like seeing everybody end up with like.
I live off of
awesome
energy
Christmas
drinks.
season.
And then he
I'm
ruins
taking
it
energy drinks
by
intravenous.
spamming a bunch of things.
Yeah, don't spam stuff. Either way, if you have any questions about this membership, throw it over in the chat right now. We're going to be doing a quick Q&A on it before we move on to the next topic.
So there was a question from Squirrel Airsoft.
All right.
Will there be a team-based membership? If you
That's
want
it.
to
Actually, no. I think what he's saying is like kind of not like a sponsorship, but like a sponsorship. So I understand where he's coming from. And it's
So
really,
if you have a group of people and they all pay,
like it might be saying like, okay, guys that are on, let's say Rycon as an example here. Like say Rycon has a membership. If they're on the team,
So then we sponsor
they
the
get
team.
to
That
play.
sounds like we're sponsoring
Well,
the team.
they get to play for free as long as they pay the membership fee, and you might work it out so you can have a maximum of.
Oh, like a party package.
like the
but
number
for-
of players, yeah.
Right, but you say, for example, we haven't worked this out, so I'm like literally working this out.
Yeah,
in my head
this
as
is
we're doing
happening.
it.
This is like what
This is
the
live.
conversation goes. Yeah, this
But-
is live brainstorming.
So this is how I would do it. I would say, Rycon ponies up X amount of dollars, which we're not going to discuss that on stream, and they can do different packages where they can have a maximum of 3 people on the team there in one day,
3, 6,
or
4.
5, or 10.
Yeah.
And the team can't have more than X number of players listed as members.
Ooh.
Okay, so if you're
And then they're on that list.
you're in.
Yeah.
Right, but if
Huh.
more than 3 people show up, they have to pay regular admission, or more than 5, depending on what package they buy. Obviously,
That would be
the more people
fascinating.
allowed per session, the higher the tier
It's not a
package.
bad
goes.
idea.
It's actually a really good idea.
Yeah,
I think,
to get more teamwork kind of going.
yeah, exactly.
That cohesiveness.
I could support that. Pricing is going to definitely require some discussion to work out. We probably will, only because we haven't discussed this yet. That probably won't be able to launch on January 1st, but we'll let you know if that's something we can work on.
Yeah.
Any other questions before?
Pretty neat.
Yeah, so Ninja Sip asks if will the membership include free HPA regionals for HPA players? It's funny.
We literally had this discussion 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, with one of the owners. We can't tell you the answer to it yet.
Well,
unless it was decided.
I think it was fairly decided. So we kind of discussed this. That would be a bit unfair for people that don't use HPA guns, but we may include an add-on to the package for pretty low cost every month, and it's just unlimited airfills.
Yeah, probably like less than $5 per month. Or
I would say
something
less
like
than
that.
5, like 5 to 10. Maybe the cost of an all day gets you home.
Oh yeah, and all day, like an all month kind of
Exactly.
air kind of thing for
Exactly.
$10.
So
Sweet.
again,
Also,
That's a pretty good deal.
it's an amazing
You
deal.
fill up your tank more than twice, and it's already better than any deal we offer.
Exactly. So, and again, you can't quote us on these prices. This is discussion at this point, but that's probably roughly what you're looking at. I mean, can I give them the rough estimate for EFT?
Rough estimate for
And this is a
EFT
deal, let me tell you.
is going to be anywhere in the range from $50 to $75. I can't tell you if it's in between. It might be less. It might be more. Once again,
Probably in between.
it's probably going to be in between. The owners also have to unanimously vote on this if you have chimed in, but it's going to be in that range. And
let us know in the comments right now. Do you think that's a good deal? And obviously, if you're like, no, it should be $1 a month, well, then it wouldn't be worth it for us, and we wouldn't offer it. like you have to consider the business side here. But let us know if you think that's a good price. It's kind of what we worked out, and with discussions with a lot of players, it seems to be that's what people think is pretty fair. So let us know your opinion there.
Let's see.
I didn't know that Airsoft said it. He said custom, do not sell.
Yeah. Squirrel Airsoft has outed himself as Adam. So he said BTW Chuckles is Adam. Jonathan Lucis says, do you guys carry PPSH 41? We do not. World War One.
Well, it has to
two
be
guns.
Yeah.
World War.
Shot, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, that's overseas. That's Asia. Usually, Aries and stuff like that. That's my Asian retailer.
Okay.
But even so, that's usually something I can get. It's not really stock normally, but it is something I can get for you. And I know a lot of other websites are kind of shady when it comes to getting that stuff. Nice thing is, order it through us. I guarantee you I can get you it. If not, best part is the money goes back on your account, so it's not like you're out that money.
Right.
Let's see. I was thinking, okay, so Squirrel Airsoft said he was thinking the pricing was around 120-ish, so 50 to 75 is fair. 120 I think would be insanely expensive.
Well, I mean, to be fair, think about it. You came every weekend, $25. You came, like say you came, Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, every weekend. That'd be well over 120.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of players that come
Generally, we're going to price it so that if you show up more than at least, I think it's twice a month, it's going to be
2 to 3 times a month.
Yeah, it's going to be
so
well
we figure, I think we figured 2 regular weekend days and 1 weekday is our rough. Like we want it to be, you show up that much and it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. What about membership with a free bag or bottle of PDs at events? Stuff like that is still just stuff in the works.
So we might offer that stuff that you might see down the road. We can't announce it from the beginning.
Special discounts is one thing we've considering. If you're a part of the membership program,
right.
You'll receive monthly. We'll do monthly member
Deals.
discounts. Yeah. Maybe this month will be 10% off on Elite Force guns, or next month will be 5 on G&G. Stuff like that. But that's
again, we can't announce that from the beginning because half of that is the surprise of what's to come throughout the year.
Would it also include adult night? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every special gaming type.
Gang.
And honestly, the best part.
Gang.
I was discussing this with one of the owners earlier. The best part about this is a lot of people are like, I had a couple hours free and I wanted to come by, but it really wasn't worth the $25 for gaming for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And maybe getting 3 or 4 games in. Now, if you have a membership, you can be like, I got some time. I'll go shoot some people, and then I'll head on out to what I got to do later.
Yeah.
And I kind of want that more relaxed, regular, chill crowd here. And hopefully it'll get us to that. So it should be
absolutely.
Should be a lot of fun to see where this goes. Anything else? Any other questions before we move on?
I don't believe so. If you guys need more questions,
yeah, we'll answer them throughout.
Harrison said you can't see other comments. Rip.
Refresh that page.
Someone else, that kid Andrew also said, gentlemen.
I mean, there's nothing on our end I can really change in terms of people being able to see comments. So
yeah, that's usually that's almost exclusively a user end thing. Because I have that issue sometimes too. I want to comment, but I'm smashing face on WoW. But I think it's a good idea, my dudes. Thank you.
Glad to hear it. All right, so do we want to talk first about? Let's talk about some of the.
My legs.
Well, are there any more?
I'm getting old.
Interesting things that we're planning for the next year. So the target system, by the way, the prototype has been put on the field. If you've played over the last week or so. Sorry, I should back up. The system in which you shoot the target, the light goes out, it comes back on its own, and to make you see shooting up the lights, quote unquote. Give me a second before you bring that up. That is the prototype is on the field. It still has a few glitches we're working out, so that system will hopefully be introduced in the next few weeks. And what was
Harrison said, "You are a user end thing." Sorry. In all caps.
So that's definitely something cool coming to the field soon.
That's cool.
Me and James over break are going to work on a new bomb. Where if you played here in the past, you'll know we had the bomb that set off the thunder beam.
I get a little uncomfortable talking about building a bomb.
What's YouTube monetization? We don't do that.
Yeah, online.
No, I'm not going to discuss the specifics here, but we're going to be
like the wiring and the
on government watch list.
We're going to be working on making a really advanced new field prop. It's going to have like disarm procedures and like motion activation if you don't disarm it, and a lot of really cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
And hopefully set off both smoke and sound grenades automatically. So we'll be working on that over this break. So hopefully you'll see that early. Well, yeah, because that's.
Oh wait, the bomb. I thought you were still talking about. For a second, I thought you were still talking about the shoot out the targets thing. I'm like, wait, why?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
People would choke to death. You're putting out smoke.
No, so like for special events, we can set up the bomb so like you'll hear a boom and there'll be a ton of smoke
cool.
pouring.
That would be cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
What we can probably do
I'm
is, you know
excited.
how the Thunder Bees have the powder kits? Put powder in there. And
Or we do an actual smoke grenade, or both, or all three.
Holy crap.
Or make it like you screw a sound grenade into one side, a smoke grenade into
powder?
the other.
What do you mean
and a
powder?
central
Like,
one
do
in
they
the-
use like baby powder?
Yeah, you can use like.
And then it takes
powder
approximately
baby powder.
7 years for the powder to be cleaned up. We didn't allow. We bought them. One person used it one day, and we banned it from our facility.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you
because
show
people literally came out of the field bright pink. It
We
was
should
pretty
do.
bad.
It's just like playing paintball.
Except they aren't playing paintball.
What you
games.
can do is what GamePod out in California, what they do when they do explosions, they use they use like dry pancake mix.
That means
So once you
they-
blow it up, you just.
That's
Oh,
basically
it's
what it
bad.
is, yeah. But like, it got into guns.
Never
It
mind.
was bad.
Oh, never mind. No. It just were. That was. I mean, yeah, we were.
Yeah, right.
Because we were talking about the bombs, and I was like reminiscing on
Right.
the old bomb where I remember one event day where you had to get the wiring, whatever. I don't
So yeah,
remember.
what it was is
Yeah.
I designed the whole thing. Except this was before I knew how to program, so it was all electronic
It
wiring.
was crazy.
And it had a timer on it. It also had a remote activation, and it had a pressure switch on the bottom. You had to go up to the bomb and plug wires in a certain order to disarm it. At which point you could pick it up, set the timer, and place it down in the enemy building, and then it would go off like a certain time later. It was way too complicated, but it was awesome, and I loved it. And then the issue is, Thunder Bees are much more powerful than you might expect, as me and Dan learned the other day.
That was
We almost
awesome.
blew up the lights in the
Yeah,
sky.
we almost blew up the lights. 100 people went off, went launched straight up.
They like went
Awesome.
up around the light
Yeah,
and came
it was
down.
horrifying. It was scary. It was awesome. It was so cool.
It was really cool though. But either way, so the force of the thunder bee going off just like wrecked all the electronics inside the bomb. So that's one of the things me and James will have to work on with this one.
That's pretty
shockproof Arduinos.
But yeah,
So look forward to some really cool props coming, if not more than that. And I mean, there's obviously we're always looking to improve the field. And if you guys, of course, have any suggestions,
We'll absolutely steal them and make them our own.
no, that's what other fields do with our stuff.
Yeah.
It is indeed our
I
own.
mean, all I'm saying is that nobody did swap meets in the local area until we did them.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Speaking of things coming
Well,
up this year,
Airsoft did do it first.
And
You can find
Airsoft,
it
but
as
that's well, I mean,
I
that's
mean,
like
swap meets they've kind of gone around.
Yeah.
But either way, so brief talk about what's coming up this year. Then we're going to talk about something else. We'll come back to it. So this year, definitely expect another expo. That's always been an amazing success. This year was even better than last, and hopefully, this year was better than last.
A lot of
hopefully-
people, met new teams and stuff like
Exactly.
that.
And hopefully next year will be even bigger. We want, though I was a little disappointed, not many stores showed up this year. I really want stores here.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit
Well,
odd.
I mean,
We sent out-
we
we
sent
sent
a
out-
really good amount. What do you?
Well, we had more in 26.
We had tactical airsoft. We had.
We had more
we
teams
had,
than anything.
I think
We had-
RPC showed up.
Well, this year we had more teams than stores. I
Yeah.
want stores.
We sent out a lot of
distributors,
invites to
and
stores.
teams. I really want everyone here.
Yeah.
It just builds the community. It's so good for it. But either way, definitely another expo. Definitely another swap meet. You can expect at least 3 of our fun style events. Probably Halloween, Christmas, and 4th of July, and then probably 3 really heavy Milsim events. We'll probably. Again, we'll go back to this later. We're probably looking at replacing our Valentine's Day Massacre with a historic-based Milsim event.
Yeah.
We've been doing that 6 years now. It's gotten a little.
We should do like a Russians versus the Nazi front in World War II.
I already
How
did
gruesome
that.
would that? We really you already did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, what do you mean?
come on.
Years ago, way long years
Really?
ago.
Well, the
We
sounds
could do
like
it
the
again,
statute
but-
of limitations is a
Well,
passed.
again, no. Okay, we'll return to this.
We could do
but
like a Stalingrad.
for my that was on the list. We'll return to this later,
Okay,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
This is such a discussion that I know if we get into it now, we'll miss the last topic that we want to talk about. So, speaking of 2018, this will just take a few minutes. There's a few awesome events coming up. What are your major events you want to hit this year? Obviously, I'm going to be doing Autumn Justice Spring Offensive. They're my two favorite events of the year, and I try my best to never miss them. But I know you had a couple favorites coming up that you wanted to see. Oh, actually, sorry, one quick thing before I go into that. Almost forgot, we'll of course be having our August event, our anniversary party.
The fact that you don't even need to say that.
I know, exactly. That's why I didn't, because it's just so obvious. But nonetheless, biggest event of the year. Not something you want to miss. But back to what we were just talking about.
So real quick, Ninja Sif said, I'll be in next Saturday to pick up a VFC Avalon and play. What FPS do you shoot in the box? Most of them.
Well, short ones.
Yeah, most of them should be Field Eagle. The short ones will be, if not, there is a brief chain spring. I don't say quick chain spring because you still have to remove the gearbox out of the body, but it is quick chain spring. Best news is I just got a full restock on Avalons. I have every single one that I made. Come down, check them out. What?
You have the springs in too?
Like the lower powered springs? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yep, I have lower powered springs as well. Anyways, also Harrison SHOT Show. I think what Des meant is it's the SHOT Show of the East Coast.
Did I say SHOT Show?
I think you did.
I thought you said Expo.
He said Expo.
I definitely said Expo.
You said two Expos.
Expo through this microphone could sound like SHOT Show, to be fair.
True.
But
It's like James in the store earlier when a customer was like, "Hey, can I see some flashlights?" He was like, "No, we don't have any flat triggers here."
But like I was saying is, I mean, honestly, the Expo is like the SHOT Show of the East Coast in terms of airsoft. So,
Andrew, I like the idea.
What?
He had an idea for using an alloy you're talking about an Arduino case.
Mm-hmm.
Taliban 910 alloy, 8600 psi tensile strength.
So it's not the shock of, it doesn't necessarily break the plastics. I know obviously I do a lot of 3D printing. I know exactly what he's talking about. So it's not the plastics I'm worried about. It's the actual shock load. Sometimes it can mess up the actual chip on the Arduino. So we need to put like rubberized mounts between the hard mount to the chassis to the Arduino. Shock loading is a pain in the butt. Fortunately, I'll be doing a lot of that in my new job, which don't bring up what it is because it's one of the things I'm not supposed to do.
I know, that's all good.
I just saw you turn and I was like, don't say it.
I'm surprised you even brought it up. Anyways, a few other things. Awesome that you're doing the ARP9. And let's see, John, you would like to see gun turrets that you get to use in specific locations.
I would love to do that. We've discussed this so many times in the past, and the issue is always who's going to pay for the ammo and repair.
True.
Yeah. So like
if anybody can just go up and use that thing.
Like we literally this discussion, we've gone back and forth with this so many times, and we all love the idea. We all really wish we could make it happen because it would just add such a cool element to the field.
But the upkeep of it.
Well, the issue is when someone starts playing with something they don't own, they don't care about it.
Yeah.
Evidenced our rental fleet.
Yeah, absolutely. Our rental fleet just beat the heck.
Oh my
God.
God.
To replace it.
People are just like, oops, I dropped it down 17 flights of stairs. Meh.
Yeah. A kid came out the other day and like the entire, just everything was broken. The entire outer barrel was bent up.
I mean, we had a player rip apart some of our props on the field because he thought it'd be funny, and it's just like, you're literally just ruining it for yourself.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, like I said, as much as I hate to say it, that makes that a no-go for the foreseeable future. Some new technology comes out in the future that allows us to really do that. We might change that. I mean, if we could lock the angle of the T-shirt cannon, it'd be fun to work that into a game. Like shoot a Nerf howler at the enemy spawn.
We could. So you know how Battlefield has like their Levolution where you pull a lever and it like closes a door or creates an avalanche.
Yeah. Well,
why don't we have like static guns where they're just like you said, but you know like a grenade launcher. Like if you're down this hallway and you time it just right, someone down the hallway would get blasted, and there's nothing that they can move around and destroy. They just put
I know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
just have HPA charged systems, kind of like the air cannon is. Set it up to a timer so it can only go off like once every 5 minutes.
Right.
And have like almost booby-trapped fields. Manually operated booby-trapped hallways.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm
like
talking
you have to go up and do something. Well, actually, what you could do is you have to go up and you have to load your pellets into it to set up the trap.
Perfect. There you go.
And then we
That's
just have,
for us.
then we just have to charge HVA tanks. You have to consider all these cool ideas. We do have to get them by the owners, and when they see something that just costs them money with
They're like,
little return, they're like, and I can't blame them. Just to be clear.
No, yeah.
But
business.
it is business at the end of the day.
See, Harrison said, suggestion, make one of those HPA airsoft flamethrowers that you can throw and use BBs, just need someone to sweep them up.
Well, so the funny thing is, we actually have one of the classic Army micro guns that the refs use during multiple games from attack and defense.
People read.
What?
You said people read.
But yeah, we use a micro gun for a similar effect. We don't put any bullets in it, but nonetheless.
That'll be fun though, just like all the BBs that we vacuum up, just spit them back out at players.
I'll shoot plastic shards at you.
That's a bad idea.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bring it on, boy. Eventually we'll get to the other topic.
But, yeah.
Eventually we'll get to the other topic.
So, like I was saying, what events are you really looking for? What's your must-go-to events this upcoming year?
So, since I've only seen 2, there are now 2 events that I want to go to. Both events that I've seen within
One over top water.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know where we can do outside of airsoft suggestions. But the first
I was
one.
just busting balls because you missed last year.
The first one is Operation Lion Claws down in New Jersey. Actually, I think registration went live today. If you actually want to talk to the guy or hear what the guy has to say, John Bond, I think one of the first 10 streams we did, he actually came on.
That's right.
One of the guys from Lion Claws, so you can actually check out our previous streams for that. But yeah, so he has the Burlington Center in New Jersey. It is a massive 2-story mall. That looks like a ton of fun. I don't know how they're going to structure the game. I'm
really curious about that.
I'm guessing it's going to be one team is on the inside and they like infest it, and then the other team can attack from all angles from the outside. That's how I would set it up.
But if the mall's like the middle of the city, how could you do that?
Well, no. If you look at the Google Maps,
it's like the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle. Yeah, it has its own plot of land, surrounded by trees. Yeah, exactly. It's very far away from the beaten path. It's probably like you said, it's closed. That looks really cool.
If you're from Rhode Island, and
yeah, the very close
mall is.
Yeah,
I've been thinking for years.
The old Sears, the desolate Sears. It's funny because this Burlington Center has a desolate Sears. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a Family Guy episode where they walk into Sears. They're like very proud of mall. They walk into Sears and it's like Mad Max. The guys come out with like phones and they're like, "Who are you?"
That's funny.
It's this desolate area. So that's absolutely. Something that I would like to go to.
On your radar.
It seems pretty cool. It's only like 90 players per side.
Yeah, and it's it's close. Generally it's going to be about 200 for these events.
All right, let me know if you.
I'm curious about Lion Claws. I don't know. It's going to be like a northeastern. It's a northeastern event, so it's like John's Red. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and let's see what else. And so then the next game, if you guys have been keeping an eye on MSATO, run by Tom O'Rourke, I guess he's been working 3 months like getting this facility.
We need to get Tom on the stream.
We really do. So this is crazy. It is 50 acres it is a 50-acre industrial site that he has got, and 50 acres already is pretty nominal, pretty large. And then the fact that it's an industrial site, like I love the sites that this guy gets. He gets some of the dopest sites. Generally, like you never get to play on stuff like that. Like nuclear power plants is honestly one of my all-time favorites. Chemical facilities, old like mills and stuff like that. He just gets the cool stuff. So I'm really curious to say he has not released any dates. He said first quarter 2018 is generally what it's going to be.
I want to go for him.
No doubt, my only criticism of Tom and how he structures things is he releases the dates for his events like 4 to 3 weeks in advance, which is for
that's the one thing
most
that
airsofters who can afford his games are people with real jobs and lives who need to get the time off for that.
Like that's hard for like it's especially hard for like us here because we're all like, oh man, we want to go to like all of the events, but he's like, oh yeah, this is this. I was like, bro. I want to go to all your games.
I know,
but like sometimes it's just too late. Like I need you need at least like a month ahead of time.
I guarantee what happens is, because we've seen it happen, is he's like, I want to do it this date, that's 6 months from now. And the channels he has to go through, they're like, oh, we have time. And they're like,
And they finally sign off on it, and then for him to change the date, he'd have to go through this all again.
I guarantee that's what
Yeah, I
Probably,
there's
probably
probably months
reason,
going
yeah.
back and forth with the lawyers of the landowner
Yeah.
to get the thing. I can
Last thing you
understand.
want to
That's
do
probably
is change
like
the date now and be like, well,
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
probably like
completely
every AO he's got to be like
Right.
doing
Yeah.
that, dude.
But I'm very excited. I'm going to see if provided the dates aren't on the same day, that would break my heart. And provided they're also not within like a week of each other, because then my bosses get angry. But if they're equally spaced out, I would love to go to both. Looking at the comments, this is what happens when I talk for more than like 3 minutes straight. Like everyone is on the comments, and then when I don't talk, no one comments. It's great, but keep the comments up,
Everyone just
guys.
wants to interrupt you.
Yeah, right.
My favorite thing to do.
I'll respond in the comments.
But yeah, let's see. So TRK said parents probably wouldn't drive me to New Jersey just for airsoft. I'm gonna say this: if your parents have to drive you to these kind of games, you probably shouldn't be going to them. I'm sorry, but these are like
You're probably not old
like.
enough. Isn't there?
Usually it's 16 and up.
It's usually 16 and up. If you were on that line, 16, 17 years old, it's probably reasonable to find a team.
Yep.
Find somebody, players that you trust, which is important. Find players you trust so they don't just ditch you. Don't just look for a random team. Find people you can go with that you trust.
That's what I did.
There's a lot of really well-structured teams around Rhode Island, Massachusetts.
Come to the expo.
Yeah, exactly. Come to the expo, find some teams. And yeah, I mean, me and James, I think, can both say we found teams when we were
really
below driving age that really made a big difference in how our airsoft, I don't want to use the word career, but experiences developed.
Yeah. And that's one thing. Like when I went to the first MSATO game, I was 16 years old.
Exactly.
And the whole thing is, I went through the whole channels. I had to get like a public notary and everything to go to this game. Yeah, so I had to ask my mom to come with me to go to a bank to get my waiver for this game publicly notarized. And she would, the second that I brought up the fact that I'd be publicly notarized, she looked at this waiver and fine-tuned it, and she's like, what the hell are you gonna go do?
Yeah.
And she didn't know the people that I was going with, so there was a lot of trust on both ends for this. But absolutely, the thing that told her was, I'm going with a team of guys who've been doing this for 10 years. A few of them are medically certified. The team that I'm on now has active Army medics. So it really is a plus to find a team.
It is. Makes a big difference.
It's almost a requirement.
Yeah, honestly, it basically is. But like I said, that's the best solution for that problem. Are there any more comments worth?
John said a DD mode would be awesome for like a World War II event. That is absolutely something we've discussed.
That's actually on the list of things we're going to talk about.
Geez, it's like the people that are commenting today know exactly what we've been talking about the past week, because this is like literally just about everything that you guys brought up in the comments. We brainstormed in the last week. It's kind of weird.
Seriously.
Stop it.
Or they were just here today and heard us.
Yeah, no,
shouting
we're just
to
loudly
each other.
talking. We're not very secretive.
But do we want to move on to that?
Well, actually, Dan, what about you?
Well, I definitely want to try to hit Autumn Justice or Spring Offensive this year. I want to definitely.
The worst part about
I need to
working
get
here
one of
is
those.
you have to use the word or, not the word and.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to. I don't know. I'm curious about the Lion Claws event. I definitely want to hit. I need to hit up MSATO because it's probably some of my favorite events to go to.
I
just
love
love.
events.
Tom just finds it's just the cool AOs. So I wonder if he's going to do another one up at Maine. I need
I really
redemption.
don't think I want to do that.
I need redemption.
Yeah, well,
I'm not stepping on a nail this time. But
Yikes.
some of my teams, they're talking about a bunch of guys. They're going to
plural.
no, my team.
You said
He
my
said
team.
he didn't say it though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good try.
Keep going.
So they're actually talking about going to Milton West, where I think it's in March. Whatever events, I think it's in Virginia. I want to say.
It doesn't sound very West.
West.
Actually, it sounds West. It doesn't sound West. It sounds West.
I thought you said. I thought you said West. So they're talking about getting that up, which would be cool, but that's not time that I have or preparation that I can get done. I need to put together legit kit, AOR1 play carrier. They're doing SEAL.
You gotta spend
AOR.
$7 I priced it out a Milton West starting. If you have let's say half the required gear and the travel expenses, assuming you're driving, hotels, and all that stuff. It's about a $1,200 weekend to go to Milson West.
I was gonna say,
It's
James,
very
this summer when
expensive.
we both have expendable incomes,
We're gonna go all out. We're gonna get all kitted out. You know, just drop a fucking stupid amount of money.
Or do we do that, or do we go race supercars for about the same?
Oh, it's Mississippi. Oh wait, I think it's Travis.
Okay, comments. You tell us.
It's in.
Would you rather go to the arguably one of the best airsoft experiences, Milson West? That's generally in the community.
Okay, so it's in
Yeah.
Mississippi. I just got a correction
Okay.
from my boy Monty. Thank
Or-
you, Monty.
So best experience in airsoft, arguably, or race supercars for what, a day?
It's like a couple hours laps
Okay.
around a track.
Okay, so for race supercars for a couple hours, or go to a very, very good Milson game.
Well, I don't know.
Honestly,
it's a hard
like,
choice.
like to step in a Lamborghini Aventador, like I would. It's a tough
See,
decision.
I'd go for the Mercedes GT or SLS. But either way.
Hey, also, by the way, Harrison said he heard teams, plural, so.
Oh, all right. Fair, I guess, maybe. I think Harrison's just backing you up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, 'cause I'm the guy
I want
who
to replay on that.
responds,
I want to replay on that one.
Anything I say, Harrison.
Only
thinks
this
it's-
were recorded.
Yeah.
Damn, never gonna get it. I definitely want to try to. I need to hit up Autognosis Spring
You
Offensive.
just love me because I'm your customer.
I want to hit one of them up.
Slug
I
with
need
my
to.
wallet.
I can't not.
Yeah, no,
Which one do I go to?
honestly, I'm more interested in the 50-acre
Industrial site.
industrial site. That's
Oh,
more
over the mall.
right. Like the mall, yes, I love CQB, but like that whole 50-acre
God.
industrial site, that is the play
Wait,
style.
so industrial site. What are you?
He posted a picture of it.
Is it like
Yeah, I mean, you bring
wherever they
send
do?
it to me in chat, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do a million.
But
It looked like a multi-building kind of
it
compound.
looked like an old chemical compound.
If you guys are familiar with the Fitchburg facility,
Okay,
it
yeah,
looks
there
kinda
it is.
similar.
Kinda.
A lot of piping, a lot of pipes.
Yeah, it's an
running.
old- if you
So
look-
it's like what
honestly-
faded giant? They kind of
Look up.
Yeah,
the best thing
yeah.
to do is look up chemical compounds, and you'll find a lot.
Yeah.
You do that, you're gonna find a lot of pictures. of
That'd be
it.
pretty minty.
Of what?
I think I'd rather play there than the mall. CQB fighting can be pretty just brutal.
Yeah, like
I can't do CQB fighting. Like I love
Oh, I
playing
could
CQB
CQB all day.
but I don't know if I could do that. Like,
BQB.
No.
yeah.
Looking at this picture, it looks like it's one very large building and a few
Yeah.
a few satellite
like-
buildings around
Maybe
there.
more of like a warehouse, like
You know, warehouse,
it's
compound.
near a railroad. Maybe it's send me a link. I'll throw it up.
Yeah, looks cool. Here, do you want me to link it to you?
What are the words I just said?
Something about yeah, and also Arian, A-I-R-E-N, I think it's Arian, right? Arian Miller, store home nuclear power plant. That's what I was actually mentioning earlier with Tom and his
Send you a link while you talk.
yeah, with Tom and his events, and I said the nuclear power plant. That store home facility, and if you went there, you know just how amazing it was, or it is, and I really,
Pretty cool.
really hope we get to go back. I mean,
I'd rather do
I
that.
played at a nuclear power plant. How cool, how gangster is that? Like, I don't know. I think that's, and I feel like the north, or just airsoft in general has spoiled me with some really cool experiences.
I can kind of see it.
So you can kind of get a rough idea here.
That's pretty cool.
Multi-building structure, like I said. I mean, 50 acres is a lot smaller than you might think, but it's still not tiny.
But like 50 acres of industrial,
Right, and honestly-
I bet you it feels real big when you get
Right.
there.
Honestly, that's the kind of play style where I'm like,
Yeah.
uh,
I personally like
But yeah.
the mount kind of thing. Like,
I mean, mount sites are the best, but it's hard to come by a local mount
Yeah.
site.
Also, chat, I do have to say, I apologize for my coughing every 5 seconds. I've got a cold I'm still getting over, so.
I need a mix of indoors and outdoors. I can't just do like, I don't know. I don't think I could do straight CQB. Like I could do outdoors, just straight.
Honestly, I haven't
Straight outdoors is fine, but
all
like
day.
if it's
I haven't
like
experienced a straight CQB thing like a mall, so like I'd be interested. My only concern with a mall
The
is
store home facility was
that's a
great
lot of
CQB.
that's a lot of
yeah, like see, my concern with malls are designed to be very open
yeah.
and like
So like movement, trying to get in there is gonna
Yeah,
suck.
like all the buildings.
If the team's in there, like the entire enemy team, you have 90 people in there, if 90 people attacking, like that's a super consolidated
especially
force
if
at
they're,
a
like,
number of
2
entrances.
story, just like fish
Oh
barreling.
my god,
But
that'd be messy.
I'm sure they have a good plan.
I hope so.
Let me just address a couple comments. on the YouTube side of things, both Facebook and YouTube. A lot of
Damn,
engagement.
dude. You guys have a lot of
Infamous
questions.
Airsoft. Also, I saw that you just subscribed. Thank you.
Oh wow, thanks
You
guys.
guys are going to do any team tournaments this year? You know, we've done them in the past, and then really no one signs up for them. I mean,
Well, team tournaments are kind of.
I'll explain honestly the biggest issue with team tournaments, and again we tried in the past, and I hate to say this is
people don't like competition.
when you use the word tournament, people expect a prize. When you put a prize, people unfortunately cheat because now there's a reason to cheat.
Yeah.
What we'll usually do, and I know it's hard, you can't obviously schedule this, is if it's like a slower day, we'll do something like that. We say that for just like, not a slower day, but like, 20-something players, we might do something like that. Just because it ends up with a few people having a lot of playtime and a lot of people not having any playtime.
Okay.
So it's a little more difficult to get that through. We might try something like that because it'd be interesting, but I definitely wouldn't say it's on our radar.
Well, have you seen like some of the like the speed QB stuff that they actually like do? Like it's super like heavy regulated. Like refs, they have a crazy number of rules. Like it's actually like
Paintball.
but it's like Airsoft. So it's kind of cool that they have it super, but it's a lot to like push in here. Like that's a completely different thing to do.
As much as we do, and like I said, we're totally fine with speed soft players, as long as they have a good attitude and all that kind of stuff. Our field is more conducive to a more mil-sim kind of play style than what you might see at like a speed season.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and one thing Harrison said is honoring competitions how they don't mix, and that's very true. I will agree with that. Officer Lincoln Ford, he asked if there's any I know that this August of next year we're doing the event, but what week are you guys planning on doing it? Generally, it's the last Saturday of August. So this year, looking at August 2018, it's going to fall on Saturday the 25th.
most likely.
I'll say with 75% certainty, it is going to be on that
I bumped
day.
that to like 85%.
85% certainty?
Just
Okay.
about there.
But not 100, but definitely out there. Any more comments before you?
Let's see, Ninja Sith, I'm thinking of not running a pistol all the time because it slows me down sometimes. If you're worried about the weight of the pistol slowing you down, hit the
My
gym.
friend got engaged.
Like honestly, like it's really not that much of a weight.
Yeah, okay, to be fair, I can see maybe he's saying
It, like it gets in the way.
Well, no, maybe he's saying it.
No, I don't know.
It gets in the way, exactly.
Yeah. Other than that, if you can figure out a way so that it doesn't get in your
dude.
way, a good solution would be a drop leg holster. That usually alleviates any
Also
issues
pretty
without
popular
it.
is the chest mount. I've seen a lot of guys.
Yeah,
do
the
it.
chest mount's pretty good.
Works
If
for some
anything-
people, doesn't work for others. It's very polarizing.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, I forgot. Last year they did. Tom did the event out of the prison. In Virginia.
yeah, that's right.
A bunch of my guys went. They like loved it. Like it was
That
awesome.
did sound.
I
You had to, like-
completely forgot that thing
Yeah,
happened.
there was one of those ones that was so close to.
Yeah, it
It
was
was-
like
We didn't have more
days
dates, so we were like, well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those ones
I
are.
mean,
That'd be cool. If
He
you did
said-
if you did another one of those, I definitely want to make it down
I
to the
agree.
prison site.
I definitely agree.
Andrew, by the way, sometimes if you can't see the comments, I know if you have, this is going to sound weird, I'll try to explain it. If you click on the video and it's in a pop-up on Facebook, it doesn't refresh the comments very well, but if you go to our page and then go down to the videos tab, which is a little live thing, you click on that, therefore it's no longer a pop-up. The YouTube comments show up. And also, John had a very good point too. We live stream on Facebook and YouTube, so there's comments in both chats. So I might be bringing up a comment that you may not see, but if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll also see the live stream.
Yeah,
as
we're
well.
dual casting. It's live and it's equal between the two. Maybe a second difference between them. So if you're Facebook slow, switch to YouTube, vice versa. And yeah. But let's finally talk about our upcoming events. Because that's always fun. So let's pick one rather than jumping because we're so bad about that. So again, February, I think we should do a historic-based event, like you mentioned, and Stalingrad would be a great option. We did Battle of Berlin in the past.
That one is.
I feel like we've done Stalingrad. It's just,
I don't know. Like,
maybe because I played a Stalingrad game at RPC, that's what's occurring to me.
Probably because I went. I mean, it might have been before there was the Facebook times, but I went through all of them. I was like,
No, if I wrote an event, it was on Facebook.
yeah.
You know how I am. But so yeah, Stalingrad's an option. I really like the idea of doing an event based on the D-Day invasion.
D-Day is cool.
I think you could do a lot of fun, different, cool game types with that, and with the basis behind a lot of the game types being that kind of pushing the line forward, attack, insurgents, things like that. You just had a thought. What is it? I can tell.
No, honestly, it wasn't a thought. It was actually the exact opposite.
It'd be cool.
No, I just hit a wall, like for tiredness.
Yeah, fair.
like literally, it just I don't know. Like I'm sure you guys can rewind it. We literally just see me just like I just like felt it. It was like.
We both.
Oh my god! I just had like a whole wave of tired. Yeah, I've been in this building for 12 hours now.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yep.
It's a long day here on Christmas.
But it's all worth it for you guys, honestly.
It'd be cool too. They do like you could do some behind enemy line stuff because ahead of the invasion, you have the airborne parachuted in. You could do like a
That's exactly what I'm
kind of like an NPC faction, like the French Resistance, like helping them out to try to.
Like you gotta get a couple like people on the Well,
yeah.
They are kind of player characters. I wouldn't.
Okay,
say
so
NPCs.
maybe it's just like a third faction
on the field, as they can be like Ryan can play those.
Yeah, like the French Resistance, like how they were like it was super cool.
So just as a basis, what we do with our Milsim games is we highly support camouflage. But the issue is, unlike an outdoor game where you can be like, oh, there's 50 extra players on that team, but you're on 200 acres, it's barely going to make a difference. Balance is extremely important on an indoor field, so though we really, really, really push for you to wear the proper camouflage, like tan versus green, so on and so forth, we do have to make sure that the game is balanced, so it's much more fun for you. So as much as I'd like to say enforce camouflage rules for our Milsim events, we don't do that, but we do heavily push the pre-registration and the pre-planning, signing up with your teams in advance, things like that. And like I said, we will have a tan-based team and a green-based team, maybe a Latin-based team and a city-based team. And we really try to differentiate them. We understand if you want to play with your friends and they all have green, you have tan, you're like, oh no, it's not the end of the world, but try your best. So we haven't done that in a few years, but we're going to try and bring them back. Also, our Milsim events are much more complicated gameplay styles, longer games. Usually each game's at least half an hour, if not more. Not these quick in and out games. They're meant to be very difficult games and that kind of slow advancement that you'd expect. Not where one team just gets cut off. So we write the games so that you're kind of multifaceted. You have to push your way through the field, accomplish multiple things along the way. They're a ton of fun, but be prepared to be wiped out by the end of the day. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah, I remember when I first started coming here. As we're talking about being wiped out.
Yeah, right.
I yawn. But yeah, I remember I would come home from a day, like from an off day here, and just like drag my feet into the door, drag my gear in, just throw it in the front room, ignore the yells from my parents for leaving my pack all over the place, and just like take a shower. And then just pass out.
Right, and
these are the games. You try not to fall asleep. Like afterwards, our tradition was we go to the Taco Bell KFC, and you're just trying to be like, oh man, I really need to go home.
Honestly, those are the best meals, and I think
it's like
the best experience.
My post-spring offensive autumn justice Wendy's is my
favorite.
You walk in, you just see people camo pour in for the next half an hour. You're sitting there eating the best burger of your life.
Like literally any warm cooked food, even if it's like in some super fast food microwave, like
it's fine.
We always make the trip to Denny's.
I live for the day. Oh my god!
Just shoving your face full of like pancakes and burgers too. Like
so
everything.
It's like
you can get everything.
So
I'm in mental heaven right now.
All right. So like I was saying, let's discuss how we would do a couple of these different events. So like D-Day. Honestly, D-Day is my favorite right now. If I'm putting that out there.
D-Day is just such a
broad event. So like this is how I like. If you've been to my events in the past, what?
Harrison, and also at the end of the event, not to mention the lines to the toilet. That is not something I dream about.
No.
That is misery.
I avoid that. So, like I was saying, if you've been to my events, I haven't been able to write one in a couple of years, just due to my schedule, and hopefully that'll change a little bit. But if you've been to my events in the past, you know I like to tell a story throughout them. And each game is each round is heavily affected by the round previous. If you actually look at one of my flowcharts, it starts at mission 1, and it ends up in this massive flowchart by the end of the day of where each mission can go and what the mission types are, so that you never repeat a mission, but the storyline makes sense throughout it, depending whether you win or lose and how much you accomplish at each mission. It takes me a couple months to write an event like that, to be honest.
Yeah, James, you're right. Registration just open for that thing. It's $200. The only colors you can run are multicam and BDU, so I'm guessing that's M81 for the mall op.
I'm salty about that, but moving on.
The thing is, so not to like discredit other like event runners, but like they're not going to turn you away if you show up in a derivative of the two camos. They're not going to be too pissed.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but still.
But you should
I
absolutely
personally,
feel
if you're
very
going to do
confident,
something
yeah.
like that, if you have like a team, like, come on, not every team is going to run. Like, we're lucky because we have M81, but we don't have multicam.
Right.
That's
So,
just something you got to do.
Either way, moving on though, is
It just went up in the team chat, so now people are like, for $200?
Nope.
See, they're like, I don't even think Milson West is that expensive. And I was like,
Yes, it is. Also, West, like
it's
Eldorado. I honestly, any game that's not at an already established airsoft field, I usually assume is going to be $200.
I was a little surprised when you said Patriot 2 was 125. I was like, it's a deal.
Yeah, it's a hell of a deal.
So what was I gonna say? But like I said, I like to tell a story with the event. So like, sorry, they're cleaning the field behind us because we have Nerf in the morning. So ignoring the odd noises. Like for example, I would start the day with like I said, you would play the role of I believe it was 82nd Airborne, dropping in and doing some styles of insurgent type missions to weaken the German line prior to the main attack, and maybe run a mission or two of that. Mission, probably the third and fourth missions will just be straight like heavy attack and defend, multifaceted, pushing through those German front lines. And missions after that can be about securing objectives and getting intel to your French comrades, or activating the French resistance, things like that. So
yeah,
the French were in World War II.
They're actually, all right.
But either way and then push through the day, and it's about pushing back that German line. And like I said, though we base the story around historical events, we're not a field that makes sure the events follow history. So we'll write the whole storyline around
Germans win 24/7.
Right, but we'll write the storyline based on the starting variables of the event, as close as we can, and then we let it go from there, and the storyline is allowed to flex accordingly. So it could be, at the end of the day, the Germans kill the invasion force, and that's that.
Normandy is theirs.
Hope that you can go back to, hopefully you can get that
Someday.
Italy campaign worked on. Yeah.
Someday, what I'd really like to do is do all the major battles of World War II,
That'd be awesome.
and have each battle, the results of a game or day of play, feed into the next. What?
Harrison, why do you send me this stuff while I'm streaming?
That'd
So
be pretty neat.
what?
I don't know.
So, like I was saying, that's my hopes for D-Day,
That'd be cool.
and
I do.
you can do everything from like town war, really focus on the town warfare, to like the more hidden tactics. We can do different lighting throughout the event, from dark to day.
To make you laugh. Well, good job. You win.
From dark to day, things like that, and
Yeah,
really,
nice.
again, really have a lot of fun with that, because D-Day was such an incredible play. Like you could have one of the missions. You know how they built the docks for faster landing?
Yeah.
And they got destroyed by a storm. You could be like, one of the missions to find the parts of the dock that got scattered along the beach shore and bring them back so they can get rebuilt faster.
You have to defend and stuff like that.
Exactly. So like except there's could be a lot of fun with that. And
Like
then,
you have to escort, like maybe you do like one of the teams, like they're the Rangers, and you have to get them to set point on the field, like how they hiked it up the cliff so that they could attack the Germans.
right.
To do something like that, but
And
not
then-
like climbing up anything.
Right. But and furthermore, or like I said, you guys mentioned I had three main ones that I was thinking about. You guys mentioned Battle of Stalingrad.
That'd
That's
be.
another, that's a huge city.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is town based.
It went on for that battle went on for. It was just building to building, like that went on forever.
Right. So tons of endless game types can be do that. Less story based, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's more.
Events, like various events that happen. Like I said, we will base the missions based on events that happen during Stalingrad. If you went to my Battle of Berlin game, you'll see what I mean by this.
Yes.
Or a little more recent, but that can kind of play in a little bit better, is we could do Battle of Fallujah,
Iraq.
which is obviously one of the Desert Storms back in 2003, 2004 time span.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just like a professional distraction.
So
I
that's
need to close that chat box.
so. Like I said, what do you think like Battle of Fallujah or Battle of Stalingrad? Like, or D-Day? What would you prefer?
I think that it's going to be miserable on the attacking side. There are welts all around, but
yeah, but
You're not gonna. You have to have a really dedicated attack.
so the idea is like the attacking force is going to be able to replenish, while the defending force is going to be limited.
yeah,
Whoa.
instead of,
Yeah,
instead
that's
of like
true.
normal attack of the game, attacking.
Or I might limit defenders to one magazine in certain scenarios.
Yeah, like based on like let's say the 82nd Airborne did a good job messing stuff up, but now their supply line's done.
Right.
Every
It
player
depends
can
on
go
the
in
previous
there.
mission.
Yeah, we could do stuff like that. That'd make it interesting.
Yeah.
Right. And so yeah, you'd have multiple teams there, 2 allied teams, Russians, probably Italians as well. I mean, Germans and Italians as well. So like I said, or like you said, more modern, we could do Fallujah. But so like I said, there's fun to be looked for there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Not sure if that's going to be the February op or if that's going to be a later op, because these missions do take a long time to write.
Yeah.
So we have to get working on it. Like,
What about the what is it? What was
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down based on? Black Hawk Down was interesting.
A real event.
What? The
A
real?
real event.
Yeah. What was that? What was where was that?
That
Was
was
Somali,
Somali.
right?
Somali.
Somalia. Yeah.
Somali.
Somalian pirates, we.
That'd be an interesting.
Wasn't pirates back then,
Nope.
but that's okay.
That's not what. Not what that
Oh,
was.
it's whole South Park episode.
I know,
Where
but
they want to become Somalian pirates.
either way is by monetization.
I'm bringing up a legitimate
I know. I'm just saying it's funny.
current or past event.
But moving forward is let's talk. So like I said, that might be a February op. That might be our May op. It depends on how fast we can get stuff written. We will be releasing an event schedule early January.
Yeah. We'll
Within
have
the first
we'll-
week or two of January.
We'll eventually have save the date flyers that are gonna just have kind of teasers for
But
each event.
you'll be able to find all the event pages, put up on Facebook within the first couple weeks of January. Right, James and Dan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just that.
Once we figure it out,
Don't beat me.
we'll have them all figured. Once
Yes.
we get names and stuff, we'll change them.
Yeah, we're gonna. This is the one thing we're gonna really get on is the calendar on our website. So we're gonna.
Yeah. So
get
pretty
that
much
loose
like
out.
we're gonna
Maybe not the times on the calendar, but.
times.
You get the gist of it.
Everything will be.
But and then furthermore, okay, so let's go into the next one. So one of the other my favorite things to do with Milsim events is a play on current events or events within the last couple of
Oh,
years.
you've been talking about this for the past like week.
Well, this is my idea, and I want your guys' opinion, or if you have an idea as an alternative.
It's stupid. Just don't even bring it
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Next one.
Oh,
No,
okay.
so I would like to make a current event game based on the military coup in Turkey, which was all over the news and actually has it's prime for writing a good story around it.
Yeah.
It's literally like out of a novel.
If
It's
you look
so
it up,
prime.
there's a lot of like conspiracy stuff. They're like, was it the government? Was it the president? Was it the CIA? There's
Right.
a lot of like
Exactly. So
feet in the door.
there's so much to go around that, and you can throw in, the other two. Actually, if we do 4 teams, the 2 other teams could be, quiet third parties on either side, like the U.S., maybe Russia, something
Proxy.
like that.
Anything.
Proxy battles.
Yeah.
Or, like I said,
Afghanistan.
that one could be a lot of fun. You could do another one. You could have to do something based on. Look at your watch. Do something based on the.
Why does this?
Do something. There's definitely an activation word you don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely an activation word, and I want you guys to working with an opinion. What did you say before that? What did you say before? Wait, is it send it to someone?
And I want your guys.
Did I say Turkey?
Turkey. Send a message.
He got a new watch. He's still figuring it out. So point being,
Speak.
we could do a mission based on. Actually, it would be kind of interesting. Again, current events would be the whole ISIS, like Libya, that area.
Oh yeah. Tom
Because that is a really good example of a proxy war between U.S., Russians, rebels, and.
I'm just waiting for you to say something so that it triggers my watch.
It's just my awesome voice.
Shut up. No.
True.
Stop. So that would be another one. That might be a little too close to home, so we'll have to discuss. But
Yeah.
I honestly, I have no problem with that.
And then just a funny thing, you said our mailing list does not work. Just wondering, it's because we've never actually sent out an email to the mailing list.
But when memberships go live, you can bet
We're gonna
emails
start-
going.
yeah,
out.
start
so
creating
membership-
stuff this year.
yeah, so we have everyone's email. We have like a couple hundred emails and saved it. We haven't gotten to set up a reoccurring kind of email chain. But with this membership, this is looking to something that we're going to launch with it. So just heads up, you're not missing out.
We're
on
gonna
anything
start up
because
a new. I would just need to draft out the ideas for a newsletter of sorts that we'll be able to get out.
Exactly. So that's something else to look forward to in 2018.
Big things. 2018 is gonna be huge.
So, if
Okay.
you didn't know, we may have said this more internally, but I think at this point we can say it. So 2017, we called was the year when we started this podcast, was the year of media. And I think we've done a pretty good, we've missed a few Thursday videos, but nonetheless, we've really tried to push the social media, the YouTube media, digital media in the store, physical media in the store, things like the mailing lists, things like that, and just media on the field in terms of props and sound effects.
Yeah, naming companies, naming giving buildings to companies.
So,
by the way, Harrison, I want to get a building with ASG on it. We were thinking.
give us an idea.
The ASG
Danish house.
Danish house. Yes.
And on the door it'll say check it out, but CZECH. Check it out. Boom! Done. Advertising.
Give us an idea, Harrison, for what you'd like to see your building on the field, because you are more than due for one. To say
Yeah,
the least.
absolutely. ASG, I think, is one of the bigger ones that we're
Yes,
missing.
absolutely. But next year, we're going to be looking more in terms of, like I said, customer interaction. Hopefully, with any luck, we'll be getting things like digital waivers going. We're going to be having membership
He
going.
said I'm sold.
Yes! That was the best thing ever!
We'll be going to having things like memberships going, mailing lists, and that's what we're going to be focusing on this year. Any luck at all? Maybe.
We're not laughing for anything specific. We just do that sometimes. Don't worry. Also, Cameron, he said he found out us from social media. Awesome. That is a direct compliment to my main man, Dan.
Yes.
He's the main social media guy.
So we each got to have our own roles. Dan here is hit up Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook.
I need to step up that.
He
It's
is
hard.
like-
We need a dedicated.
He is the man for that.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. to
If
say-
if you're talking to anybody, it's probably me.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're messaging us at midnight on Facebook,
The thing is, I'll wake up in the morning and see notifications, message received at 2 in the morning.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm like, who responded to this at 2 in the morning? And it's Dan.
that straight up happens. They were like, "Hey, you guys open tomorrow?" I was like, "Oh, yeah."
Me and James have mostly taken the reins in terms of field improvements and YouTube has been our.
I'm your inventory guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's fun. Especially this time of year, it's like pulling my hair out. It's like chasing my tail. I just
So let us know how you
Get
think
stuff
we
in
did.
stock.
Let us know how you think we did. That's been our big strive this year is to reach more customers like that, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be pushing it even further this upcoming year and striving for new things.
Yeah.
But
And then also, if you guys want to see anything, let us know.
yeah.
If you see any improvements, like we have the suggestion box. There hasn't been any in like the past 2 weeks that have been like new, which is because I like it. I like reading suggestions better, especially that ones that are good. So if you see something that's like a super serious improvement that you
I don't even know what he's doing.
then
I'm trying to get your attention. Just letting you know that once you're done with this statement, I want to say something.
okay. So
No.
just suggest it and put it in posts to or messages to our store staff or something,
And-
or to our Facebook, not to us.
And if there's something in this stream that you're excited to see coming, like let us know. What sounds
Let us
most
know.
exciting to you?
If
to
you
be
guys
honest.
if you guys constantly talk about it, then it's just going to be harder for
us to avoid.
exactly. If everybody keeps saying memberships, there's really going to be no way for us to
Well,
ever.
that's happening. But if everyone,
That's happening.
If everyone keeps asking for digital waivers,
Then
Yeah, as for digital waivers,
literally come into the store and be like, guys, I really wish you had digital waivers. Just,
Yeah.
especially if Danielle's around.
complain a lot about the
if
paper.
you see any female behind the counter, it was probably one of our
What
bosses.
you should do-
about.
Poor
Complain
Michaela.
about how our use of paper is destroying the environment.
You know what's actually really cool
What?
is there's solar panels going on the roof starting January 1st.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Go with green.
So it's gonna stop raining inside here.
Really?
Yeah, new roof. New roof.
Oh my God!
I'm excited for that.
Oh!
But either way, so yeah, extreme.
Yeah, let's tell the world that our ceiling leaks, but it's not our
They
fault.
know.
but-
No, they know. They know. They've been out of the field.
No,
They've seen
it's-
the traffic cones and the buckets on field. They're like, oh look, a
So
hiding
more field
spot.
improvements. But like I said, extreme
Yeah.
going green, which is kind of cool.
Just like the colors, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't.
No, but what was your statement you wanted to say?
Yeah, what did you
Oh, I was
want
gonna
to say?
say, so this was me getting all pumped up because just like the suggestions, we have been amassing a list of stupid stuff that customers have said to us.
I wouldn't say stupid, but
Funny.
well, they're
Funny things that customers have said to us, and a few of them we probably can't read on the stream. But I would love it's a Microsoft Office, it's a Microsoft Word document, and there's got to be at least 100 quotes of things that customers have said to us, and we either like peed ourselves laughing, or we looked at them like they had four heads. We're like,
yeah,
what?
it's stuff that you're just
We'll make
either
a funny
it's
video
hilarious. Yeah, we're hoping to have a video for that soon. I saw the one you put up today. the one you put up today. They're all this. That was so funny. I just saw that. I was like, I saw you type it in. I was
No.
I saw you typing. I was like, okay, what did
One
you
of
type
my
in?
favorite quotes, I'll give them a heads up or a little
Okay.
idea. So this one kid comes in and he's a regular. He's got to be like 15, 16. And he straight up asks me, he goes, do you guys have a deal set up with companies where you buy stuff at a discount and then sell them for profits? And I'm like, well, that's generally how stores work.
That's how business is, kind of.
And then you know what? I stopped talking to him. I went over to the list and I typed that up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what you
going on
gotta
the
do.
list.
You gotta do stuff.
If I had a list of stupid things James have said, it would be 3 times as
It
long.
would.
Yeah.
So don't think we're making fun of customers here.
Oh my God.
The list would be literally 3
It's
times
it's
as
not
long.
even like it's like rude. It's just like funny stuff. Like, some of these quotes are golden.
What was it you said was it today or the other day where I was just like, oh, no, it's too deep with the whole water thing with gravity. But that's just too deep. That's too deep to go into.
Also, a quick question from Officer Lincoln 4. You've been watching all stream, by the way, so thank you. I know
Yes.
you've been commenting. Any more news on the Glock 17 and 19? No.
Rough news.
Yeah, rough news. Probably not news that you're going to be excited to hear, but there is still delays on that. It's not our fault. It's not Umarex's fault. It is Glock's fault. Last time I talked to my guy from Elite Force, he told me that Glock is still dragging their feet with signing the importation license. So I'm guessing that Elite Force probably has thousands of these pistols made. They're ready to import them. But Glock,
This is total guess. This isn't insider information.
Yeah.
It's literal.
Yeah,
total
that's
guess.
a guess.
Total
We don't
guessing.
know. Cannot confirm on this
and my
time.
guess is that Glock is still dragging the feet of that. So we just need to wait. It's
coming.
I was told, he still can't guarantee dates, but it's going to be later January, early February is generally what the new ETA is going to be. So I do apologize if we told you guys around Christmas. That's what
we were told.
That's exactly.
We
That was
tried our best.
I mean, we harassed every time I talk to this guy. I harass him about the Glock.
Hates
So
this, but-
yeah, he probably hates every Airsoft retailer because they all wanted it. They
He
all
probably
wanted
hates Glock for messing
Yeah,
with him.
exactly.
I'd be pissed, dude.
Yeah, man.
All that work and just be like,
Oh man, but of course we still have one more Milsim event that we have to discuss now.
What's
We've
our
done-
Milsim event?
Yes,
Okay.
we have past and we have present. Our last
future.
Advanced Warfare.
Nice exosuits and quick scoping and no and laser guns.
And this one's
Tracer only.
This one's more up for
Yes.
grads because of what it ends up being. Sometimes we combine it with a fun event, like we turn a 4th of July event into like a half fun, half Milsim event. But what do you guys think would be a good basis for that?
Are you asking the people who are
For, wait, what kind of an event? What kind of an event?
Like another Milsim based event, but could be mixed with 4th of July. But either way, what do you think a good basis for it to be? Like, do we want to look at? Like, I remember one of my favorites ones, actually probably one of the favorite events we've ever run in my book, was we did the British have decided to take back the
yeah.
This was back when we only had the original field.
Like the rectangle?
Yes, and we made a street. I know I've talked about this past year, so it's the best field move we've ever done. There was a street going diagonal across the field with buildings laid up on either side. So there was just warfare going across the street the entire way down. And the spawns were in the opposing corners, not at the end of the streets, but in the other corners. And the first mission was we had a "Don't Tread on Me" flag and a British flag. We had a flagpole set up in the middle of the street, and you had to make it there, clip your flag to the flagpole, and raise your flag.
Dude, that sounds miserable.
Oh my god! I think the British won it at like the last minute of the game only because the U.S. side ran out of ammo.
I remember another funny one was it was USA was being invaded by Mexico and Canada. That was one of them, or I think that was one of them.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I remember that being like something crazy, like they're at war with one
So, like I said, we can mix it like that. But what do you think a good premise for the last Nilsson event would be?
Harrison said D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons. A Skyrim themed event.
Oh my god!
But really though,
What's road? Don't talk about it right now. Okay?
That was good.
Yeah.
Great.
About I don't want to be that guy that says post-apocalyptic.
We were thinking
I've always liked that.
No, we were thinking post-apocalyptic
That's like-
for our Halloween, but we could make our Halloween like
A little
a
more.
fairly Nilsson fun event.
little
but
more-
Halloween, I think, is really Halloween and
supposed to be
Christmas
fun.
are really like that, pulling the
Yeah.
fun, like silly events.
Yeah.
4th of July is, like I said, that medium ground, and then August, of course, thing of its
Boom.
own.
That's us.
So, like, as rough event schedule, we'll probably do February, early February. We'll probably do April, late April, early May, or early April, maybe late May too as well. But probably, like I said, late April, early May, 4th of July, August, October, December. So actually, that's right. I forgot about the August event counting as one of our big ones. So really 2 big Nilsson events in the beginning of the year, and then fun events towards the end of the year. So
I can get down with that.
yeah.
Heck yeah!
But like I said, for October we were thinking post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Like Fallout-ish
Yeah.
themes, not zombie-based. We did that with Zombieland, another one of my favorite. If you
Zombieland was fun.
Zombieland
That was
my
the one
favorite
event
because
that I
they
think I
did
missed.
an amazing job with the patch and the
The
poster.
posters were amazing.
Yeah, the Photoshop where you Photoshopped everyone's face on that.
And then
was
the patch.
hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
the cleanest, best patch we've ever had.
I would agree with
I-
that.
It is awesome.
Now we've had some good patches, but something about that Zombieland patch was just prime.
Yeah. it
2
was
colors, orange and black, so good.
Just that.
Yeah, exactly. A Mad Max themed game mode. And the funny thing
That's
is,
perfect. No, that's the
what
best.
Harrison
Halloween
said.
event. Halloween event, Mad Max themed. I love it.
Credit Harrison Wills.
Yes, absolutely. You better come down.
Come
Come down for it.
Yeah. but no, but that'll be great, especially because the community has really gotten fantastic here in the past few months.
Dude, we could dress up the truck.
Exactly, like, and a lot of players
Yeah.
really go crazy with their costumes for some of these.
I love
events.
it. It's probably it gives me life when people show up in costume. Like I'm just like, more and more people will show up in costume, and that's dedication. I mean, that's like that's half of it.
customers right now.
That's like
my
half
God,
the
he's so
fun,
great.
dude. You get so amped when like I used to love showing up in like whatever, like yeah, I have my team uniform on. This is awesome. You feel like you're part of the team.
See?
It was so cool.
Yeah.
You
One.
put Mad Max, BB Road, and then you put the trademark.
Shit.
Darn it.
BB
No, I also
Road.
love the idea of like,
Royalty.
like with all the HBA systems we have, like a steampunk themed event would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
But it's like we're already halfway there,
Yeah.
and like we could make the cannon shoot steam and shit. Like, oh my god, it'd be so cool.
Dude, we could just blast people with water. That'd be funny too.
Also, you know what I'm really looking forward to,
break
honestly?
their guns.
Or the Systemas.
PGW.
I literally said, or the Systemas.
Yeah.
What I'm looking forward to is with the August event, shooting that T-shirt cannon out of the parking lot fire escape, like into the crowd.
That'd be pretty.
Like,
That'd be great.
if you've been to our events and you've seen us shoot the T-shirt
the
cannon,
fire escape. Oh.
yeah, I want you to realize something. That's a T-shirt cannon set to 70 psi.
We can go up to about 200.
Yeah. So, like, when we tested the cannon initially, and it was kind of hilarious because it was me just holding the barrel, because it wasn't into a box. We were launching T-shirts from the front of our parking lot, like almost into the woods.
Yeah, and how many hundreds of feet is that?
It's like almost
500
300.
feet.
No, it's almost 300.
300 feet. Okay.
I just want to bring that to like an airsoft. Like if we ever get a vehicle to run as a technical
We should have
airsoft
an
game,
extreme technical.
imagine that. Is that's one that we just shoot
All I'm saying-
T-shirts? but
Enjoy your shirt. Enjoy your shirt.
Enjoy your shirt. Enjoy.
But if we ever do that,
Oh,
we need to
dude,
like
we
bring
should-
the cannon and mount it to the vehicle.
We
Yeah.
we gotta get our own Humvee and just spray paint.
2018, get a vehicle.
2018
A couple
Humvees.
guys in the YouTube chat, a couple guys in the YouTube
Or a
chat said
truck.
that you've never seen us shoot it. The
Let's
last
get a
two
truck.
events, at the end of the event, we shoot it off T-shirts.
You gotta stick around.
Yeah, so it's at the end of the event for special events. That's when we shoot the T-shirt cannon.
Yep. So look forward to that with the next event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
We
do
do
our
it.
August event. We should like put it on the roof.
There's gonna be solar panels up there, but
Provided there's not solar panels in a certain section, we
Yeah.
can kind of finesse it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking out in fire escape. That's still
Yeah,
elevated,
but like
roof
on the
would be-
roof would be so much more fun.
I don't know how we get that through the door.
I thought you were gonna say I don't know how we'll get approved from the building owners, but I guess they don't need to know.
We're only just don't tell anyone. Don't post this publicly anywhere.
Don't send them the link to this.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this year.
I really think this is gonna be a year.
Yes.
Freaking sweet.
Well, okay. With the last 10 minutes while we're doing.
Oh
our
my
wrap-
God! There's 10 minutes left. What happened?
With our last minutes while we're doing our
We
wrap
sat
up.
here and did the podcast. That's literally what just
Damn.
happened.
James, that's a me joke.
Well, that's what happens when you work 70 hours a week with this guy.
Yeah,
That just
right.
doesn't. That joke doesn't.
My awesome just rubs off.
No,
That
I was
one-
gonna say your terrible senses of humor just morphed together for this one.
Too bad the funny
disgustingly
joke
terrible-
didn't rub off.
Oof.
But what was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys are looking forward to in 2018, airsoft related or
No major elections. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, right. Except
We're gonna hold out till 2020 for the next one.
Except there are.
Except
Oh, there are?
Yeah.
What, like senator
Congress
elections?
is
Congress,
every 2 years.
2 terms.
Oh, right.
Every 2 years.
Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. I'm excited for that.
Make
one.
James knowledgeable again.
Make James knowledgeable.
Make James-
Memes.
No major
Give him the
elections.
sparks.
It's just an even year, and there's many major elections all around the country.
That's whatever. No presidential election. It's
Literally not whatever.
I can't think of the
Whatever. I only care about politics when it's
Safety.
relevant for me.
safety
I'm a
first.
true American. Aha.
Safety. Dude, I keep thinking about all of the things that happened today in the store.
Oh, actually, I mean, on top of that, so not only what are you looking forward to?
Oh, what's up, John?
John.
John Blewett?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
John,
It's been a while.
yeah.
Not only what are you looking forward to in 2018, what did you enjoy best about 2017? Not what did you hate the most, what did you enjoy the best? We're positive here.
The time when John told me to slap James, and I did it.
Wrecking James for a year about his Sistema PTW.
Yes, that was a year of greatness, okay? 2017 has been a year of ripping kids new ones, okay? That's probably the best part of 2017 is just ripping.
No, actually, in all seriousness, airsoft related though, best part of 2017 was Copper Green.
Copper Green was pretty fun for Airsoft.
That was one of the
Did
best.
I do anything that might trump that?
Trump that.
Stepped on the nail.
Huh. I stepped on a nail.
Highlights 2017.
Yeah, highlights
I think that was,
2017.
I don't know, I feel like that was kind of a moment for me, because sometimes
I
I...
said hashtag Stickgate.
We said that?
Stickgate, yes. So, if again, I'm sure you guys have seen the last streams. The joke is the way James usually fixes his PTW is by shoving a twig into the motor grip and still starts working again.
Yeah.
Because the brushes have moved too far away from the shaft, which is why. Actually, okay, excited for 2018 is VFC's brushless motor.
That's gonna be great.
Because it's going to be, literally, that's like the last faulty part with airsoft guns. Like the last
Are the
part
brushes?
you replace all the time is the motors.
Yeah.
And that will literally fix like the last unreliable part.
Joke's on you, John. He's not reading the comments, so I can't tell him to do it.
What?
You would too.
Yeah.
He specifically requested for Chuckles to slap me. So
No, I'll have to come later then. Thank you for letting us know. But 2018, I'm excited for VSC's brushless motor thing.
That'll be
Yeah,
awesome.
let's
That would
see.
be crazy.
My
What else are they
year.
coming out with?
See
That's-
my 2017 highlights.
I can't wait to see the gas blowback Thompson. I kind of want to see that.
Ryan's getting one. so-
Ryan's getting one, and he said we're free to look at it, so I want to check that out.
Bye.
Who did?
Let's see.
Those things seem pretty cool.
Hey, spoiler Airsoft. Yes, we are still live. We stream for an hour and a half. That's
So,
our,
6 more minutes.
Yeah, 6 more minutes.
I don't know, man.
Let's see.
I'm excited
for a
for
second
all
when
the
you said it, I thought you
information.
said you're still alive, and I'm just like, yeah. So I'm asking that question myself. Let's see.
2017 memes.
Well, Harrison said, I'm excited for the ASG blank. What do you have to know that?
Wait,
Wait,
what
what?
did he say?
What I missed? Oh.
I'm excited for the A.
Either I don't read your news emails or you're withholding information.
No, I feel like he's withholding information.
Actually, speaking of
because-
which, we need to get those long scorpions in.
Yeah.
Those are so much prettier. They're so much prettier than the short ones.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna be honest.
That's great.
Should have come out with those first.
True.
Sold more of them.
Oh my god, dude. What was I thinking?
Let's see. Well, I guess I don't even know like when
What
I
You're
did he
so
say?
bad.
Oh,
I've
so
given
what-
you 10 minutes to come up with
yeah.
highlights.
So Harrison, when we were talking about when you said memes, we were in the
Everybody
store
else.
earlier. We were talking. Me and some customers. We were, what?
I think he was responding to my comment about not reading the product emails. He goes, you and everyone else, lol.
What was it? What's so funny?
He's not wrong.
We were
You know how
talking-
many times that like I've gotten calls from reps that are like, oh hey, did you see this crazy deal? I'm like, wow, that is a great deal. Like, how long are you running this? They're like, oh well, we sent you an email to and I'm like, yeah.
No, well, today's the last day, and you're like, oh, I'm in class and can't place an order.
Usually
Yeah.
I sit through all the crap emails.
Yeah, right.
Also,
Like they're like, hey, look at our thing. And it's like when Tipman does that. They're like, hey, you guys, look, we have the same gun we've had for the past 3 years, except now it has a 10-inch barrel. And I'm like, that's dumb. We have those guys.
so here's
You
a
got
hint,
it.
guys. If you're a distributor, don't send stuff to his personal email if you expect us to see it.
Yeah, if it's something cool, like
Send it to the info. Well, yeah, send it to
Send
the
it to
other
our-
one you have. So we'll read it.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, James.
We'll
We'll be like,
read
oh
it.
yeah, I saw that. and I
we read
completely
some
said
pretty
nothing
cool
about
stuff.
it.
That's how we get some of the good stuff in, is because I'm like, hey, yo, I'm up to date. I watch like all the reviews that come out for everything ever. So odds are, if it happens, I'm like, yo, dude,
All right,
like, how
let's
about
see.
those gas? I want those the CO2 gas blowback MP40s by MRX, the
Mm.
Legends.
That
I
looks
want
cool.
that. I want to
Okay,
see
what?
that.
Okay, so a few comments on
Okay.
Facebook. Ryan, funny story. You said, I'm actually really excited to pick up the new TAR 21 sometime next year when I
Ooh,
say
the
funny.
CTAR,
and
yeah.
that says, and he said, just so we can sell at least one.
Already
Well,
done.
you can-
Already
you can
sold
sell
one!
them.
Dude,
Yeah, they're actually
literally,
awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. The old TARs had some issues. I still loved them, but they had some issues.
They're good.
These new ones fix
Fix
every
everything.
single complaint anyone's ever had about it. The
Yeah.
trigger is. Well, we're gonna be doing a review. Please.
Yeah,
tell
the
me.
review is going to be dropping this week,
Yes,
tomorrow.
Thank you. The trigger on it is just mind-bogglingly
Mm.
better. It's like an amoeba trigger, so you
Oh.
don't, it doesn't even have the mechanical reset anymore. It's just the micro switch trigger, and it's so crisp.
It's
The selector goes from being like to
yeah, it's definitive clicking. It's
so
super-
crisp. The gun's balanced better. It's still wired to the front, but the push button's gone. It's a little Allen wrench to get to your
Yeah.
battery. Now it takes a little bit longer, but let's be real, you're not doing it that often.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the only reason Ryan said it was because I didn't think they wouldn't sell well, but they're
The quick
actually
change,
fantastic.
the
Yeah,
quick
they're
change
actually-
spring is actually like pretty quick change.
All right. So the
Also,
funny thing is, if you open the directions, it'll say
it's wired to the rear.
The best part, it'll say why, because clearly they changed their mind last second. It'll say wired to the rear. Go here to put in your battery, and you open it up, and there's just an Allen wrench where you're supposed
Yeah.
to put your battery.
Me
You
and
take that
Isaiah-
Allen wrench,
Oh my
and you go to the front of the gun, and you unscrew the front grip to put the
That was
battery
so
in.
funny when when they first came in. Me and Isaiah received them, and Isaiah was like, "Where's the
battery
wires?"
go?
He's like, "There's just this Allen key." I was like, "Is it still wired to the front?" So you need the
Yeah,
Allen keys,
yeah.
but the Allen key's included, so you don't need any
Right,
extra.
you got it.
But I sold that instead of an L85. They're cooler.
Jonathan Santana, he had a wonderful comment. I do appreciate the comment, or
Which one?
the compliment. It was on Facebook. He said, "My highlight was playing at your field, meeting you guys. You are awesome. Thank you."
Wow.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.
Glad you
Thank
enjoyed it.
you very much.
I hope that you come back.
Spread the word.
Ninja Shift. Do you need to be more specific?
Actually, well, yeah.
New Elite Force rifle? Which one? We got a bunch of them.
And also Harrison, he said, well, my comment was about you wanting a long Evo. Sold out. So, yes, that too. So I totally just outed
Harrison,
myself
what do
as
you got
being
for
a
me?
really shitty manager when I did not have to.
Hey, dog. All I'm saying is those ASG Sportline M40s look pretty fresh.
Ninja Shift, you got about another minute or two. Let us know what Elite Force
What
you're talking about, and
rifle?
I'll definitely give you my opinion about it. There's some cool new ones.
Yeah. You got
We
those,
brought out a lot of new
the
We really have,
MCR. So the MCR is the one with the key mod. Or no, it's
right?
it's a key mod one. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let
So
you-
that's pretty much outdoors. It's
MCR.
like the MCR.
MCR.
Yeah. The MCR is the key mod one. It's at what? The price point's like $235 or something.
Somewhere around. It's a lot.
it's-
Honestly,
It's a
very
lot.
Harrison said there's sold out of those too.
It feels what the thing the
The what?
M40s.
I believe so, yeah.
Either way,
Harrison, what are you doing? Your job is to get us cool stuff.
right?
Do you have brands? Give me something cool.
CPs.
Give me something.
CPO9, or what is it? CZ09, CPO1.
CZ09, CZ75 Shadows,
They all
SPO.
sound wrong.
So to be fair, in
And
Harrison's
Trace
defense, and I'm sure he'll comment, it's not his fault.
I know.
ASG, the Danish, like all the people that make it, I guess they just
I
don't
think-
make enough. And I guess
Well, and that's
we-
kind of the issue Crytek had originally.
So the
You should
MCRs
tell
are
them
cool.
board.
MCRs are cool because they have a quick change spring that you get with kind of the standard Elite Force
Well,
kind of
we'll
thing
call
where
it
you have to
brief
take
change
the gear.
spring.
Yeah,
Brief
you have to
change
take the
spring.
gearbox out.
We're coining that
But,
term today.
Still as a MOSFET,
Brief
it's pretty
change
much.
spring.
It's kind of like. It's pretty similar to how an Amoeba is set up, essentially, except you have a really nice key mod rail. It shoots about 375, or no, it shoots it's 355 to 360. They're really solid rifles. They have the 60
Honestly, that front
wards.
end really changes that platform.
The front end,
The
like,
front end just makes that platform way better.
it looks.
I'm more of a back end.
It's much easier, especially if it's pretty much like it's pretty much an Amoeba in like a more standardized M4 body with a key mod rail.
watching.
Without any of the, it has it without any of the kind of like you don't have something weird on the front end that removing it's gonna make it look weird or it's difficult or it's attached to the barrel. It's just an orange flash hider, which doesn't look that bad actually. Kind of has a cool ported look. So if you're looking to pick one up, it's a good outdoors gun, and if you just
Also-
swap the spring, good indoors gun.
It's key mod, right?
It's key mod.
There's one of the reasons it's better.
Harrison,
It's not M-Lock.
Yeah, M-Lock just takes too much
You're
effort.
gonna tell me, James is all about M-Lock, I'm all about key mod.
I love
We'll never-
M-Lock.
We'll never agree. M-Lock
M-Lock
looks
is
better.
great.
but
M-Lock
key mod
looks
is
good
literally
and it
works
fu- and it's-
so much better.
M-Lock
Key mod
is
just
very
is
fun.
less of a headache. Like
Yes.
if I need to take something on and off, like I don't want to have to take off the rails.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with you there. That the M-Lock is definitely a project.
It's an accessibility,
But it looks so good.
it does look good. It looks
It's
sharp.
also
Like
heavier.
the good thing about the M-Lock rails is that M-Lock really allows you to just cut out. It's like especially on the Avalons, they're super cut out, so they look really fresh. But
I like how I love how Windows has to notify me. We didn't find anything wrong with your computer. Thanks.
so that's
Thanks for the update.
mini review on the MCRs. So they're still pretty fresh. Outdoors gun, muy nice. Indoors gun, change the spring.
But
Other than that, that's it.
with that, if there's no more questions or comments that you want to
I
reference,
think-
I think it's time for us to wrap up. Is there anything?
No, yeah,
All right.
I've addressed just about every comment that's come up.
All right, awesome. Well, this has been like honestly one of the most fun streams in a
Yeah,
long
that's
time.
fun.
And thank you so much, guys, for watching.
This is the first time I've been on in a while.
I know, right?
Finally.
That's why it's so popular. That's why everyone's commenting on it.
Yeah.
I loved all the engagement today, guys. I
Yeah,
really
that was
enjoy
awesome.
responding to comments, all that kind of stuff. So thanks so much for sticking with the stream. I saw a lot of you guys were on the whole time. That's
Thanks
awesome.
for your very kind and positive comments.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys
Right.
and everything you do. So
Beyond words can express, beyond what I can express in words.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
leave us nice
Yeah.
reviews so
yeah,
that our
yeah.
bosses see it, so they know that we're not just making
Please
memes
don't
all
ban
day
me
at
from
work.
your
Okay.
streams.
Don't let my bosses know that I'm making
100%
memes.
that.
The bosses will walk in. They're like, "Are you making memes?" I'm like, "No, I swear it's porn." Ah!
All right, well done.
I just imagine you.
It's like it's not. It's I swear it's porn.
Mike walks in and you have like, and you're making like the white text, and you just like pull up some porn. You're like, no, I'm watching porn at work. I'm watching porn at work, please.
My favorite is we can scare James so much, even when he's following the rules completely. We can walk in and be like, "Did you do that on the clock?" And he'll be like, No, no.
Yeah, he told my boss I was doing something. I was doing something with a vinyl cutter earlier today.
I already
a
told her
personal
that.
project. Yeah, he told her that I did that off the clock and all that, and then he told her, "But go ask him about it because he's gonna get real freaked out about it." And she pops in at me after my shift and she goes, "Hey, you did that off the clock, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah, I did it on my break.
Stuttering.
You literally can do that with anything. Like sometimes we'll coordinate, just being like, okay, let's go ask him if he did the thing. And it's like, hey James, did you do the thing? And it's just something that we never actually asked him to do. It's like, because we need that for next week.
My favorite is like when there's an event coming up. I'll be like,
wait, you guys do that?
I'll be like,
yeah.
I'll be like, hey James, can you print out the field move for me? He'll be like,
He was like,
I didn't do one.
He's like, I haven't. He's like, yeah, I'll have that. Did I do one?
I just want to be good at my job.
It's like,
maybe we'll remember better next time.
Yeah, 2018 resolution. Right?
Yeah,
2018 is a year of a great thing.
All right, guys. But like I said, thank you so much for joining. If you're watching this in the VOD afterwards, continue to leave comments about what you're looking forward to in 2018, what you think of our upcoming improvements, and if you'll be picking up one of those sweet memberships.
Yeah,
but
dude, let
with
us
that,
know.
we're signing off. We will see you
I'm going to bed.
next
We're gonna
week.
do next Tuesday
Yeah,
as
something
well.
like that. Let's get a drink or something. But
Are
we'll
you
see
doing
you
next
next
Tuesday
week.
as well?
Or
wait, no,
actually,
today's
you know what?
Wednesday. What day is it?
So for the month of January, we're pretty open on when we can stream.
Yeah.
We can't do Monday next week because it's gaming, so it'll probably be Tuesday next week.
Okay.
But let us know in the comments what day works best for you guys, and we might try and,
for
at
this
least for the
vacation.
month of January and for our fun 50-second stream, try and accommodate that. So, like I said,
The 1 year 50
second.
yeah.
That's
Like
how many
the
weeks out a year?
1 year worth of streams, weekly streams.
I'm drinking.
We're just gonna get trashed.
Oh yeah! Tell me which one.
So which one are we on right
The
now?
second one,
47.
50 seconds.
5 more weeks.
We're on
5
50s.
more weeks?
We're on 47.
Right.
50-second? I love that. An entire year of stuff. I love that. Oh, I didn't 50-second. Okay, I got it. Figured it out. Now it makes sense. My bad. I didn't know. I thought you said 50-second. I
That
was
was
like,
a
oh, why would we
James.
do a thing that's 50 seconds long?
That was a James move.
Yeah,
I forgot that this is something we had discussed.
Bye.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Happy New Year.
And Barry, well, hope you had a good Christmas.